this presentation, come with me and understand the undocumented overseas Filipino workers, are also known as TNTs or TAGU-TAGUAN. Hi, I am Angelica de Resurreccion, and as per compliance to the course International Political Economy, I will be presenting my final paper shortly, and I hope that after this video, we get to be reminded of the sacrifices OFWs make and the challenges that the undocumented overseas Filipino workers face. TAGU-TAGUAN, illegal overseas Filipino workers, and international political economy. Overseas Filipino workers are hailed as modern-day heroes that sacrifice personal comfort to work abroad, providing for families despite homesickness and challenging conditions, and many pursue illegal routes due to limited opportunities in the Philippines that makes them TNTs or TAGU-TAGU, often undocumented by circumstance rather than choice. TNTs contribute significantly to foreign economies while sending vital remittances back home, despite facing risk of exploitation and deportation. Economic inequality in the Philippines and high demand for cheap labor abroad drive undocumented migration. Push factors like poverty and political instability compel migration, while pull factors like higher wages and family expectations sustain it. TNTs fill essential roles in agriculture, construction, and domestic work, yet face poor working conditions and limited access to services. Despite challenges, their remittances boost the Philippine economy, contributing to 9% of the Philippines' GDP. International and national policies aim to protect migrant workers but lack full implementation, leaving TNTs vulnerable. TNTs exemplify how labor is commodified in the global supply chain. They meet labor demands in developed nations but endure wage theft, unsafe conditions, and isolation. The Philippine government prioritizes remittance-driven economic benefits, often overlooking TNT vulnerabilities, and policies like Migrant Workers Act provide some protections, but systemic reforms are needed for fair labor rights globally. And as for recommendations, I recommend that for the Philippine government to streamline migration processes, enhance pre-migration education, and strengthen overseas support mechanisms, including reintegration of the programs, and for the host countries, I therefore suggest to create pathways to legalization, enforce labor rights, protections, and collaborate with the Philippine organizations or the Philippines itself for migrant welfare. And to end this, TNTs are vital yet vulnerable. They are vulnerable contributors to both home and the host economies. Addressing their challenges requires collaborative efforts to ensure their rights, dignity, and safety, therefore fostering an equitable and inclusive global labor market.